legend of the lion dance. In a faraway land, during the first day of the spring festival, a little girl started reading a book. The little girl said, what should I read today? Oh, I know, let's read this book right here. The little girl held up the book and started engrossing into the story. As she read on, unbeknownst to her, the Lego men were listening to the story as well. The story goes like this. Long ago, in a village far, far away, there were a group of villagers who lived a peaceful and happy life. However, one day, this peace was disrupted by a monster who invaded the village from the forest. It destroyed everything in its path and left destruction in its wake. Oh, come on, the Lego man said. You gotta be kidding me. This annoying cat just ruined everything. Back in the real world, it seems the little girl's cat may have actually noticed the Lego man and started attacking at them relentlessly. To retaliate, the Lego man took inspiration from the next part of the story, which says, seeing the village destroyed, the elder of the village said but one thing, we must call forth the legendary Golden Lion of the South. It's the only way to defeat this beast. However, while that may be true, the villagers wondered how long it may take for the Golden Lion to come. Hearing this, the Lego chief said, alright people, listen up. We're gonna wait for a Golden Lion to defeat this cat, but we're gonna build our own using this bricks and pieces. Oh, and give him a pair of ears while you're at it. With that, the Golden Lion was ready, and the Lego men prepared for battle. And just like the next part of the story, where the lion appeared in the night and fought with the monstrous beast, the brick-built Golden Lion bit onto the cat's tail. The cat moaned in pain. And while you might think this is the end of the battle, unfortunately, this isn't the case. As with the story of how the Golden Lion was tossed into the ocean by the beast, the giant cat threw the brick-built lion into a basket of clothes. The Lego man was shocked and exclaimed, now what do we do? At this moment, where all were in a state of distress, a Lego girl named Lillian stood up and said, everyone, do not be afraid. There's still hope. We can still rescue the Golden Lion by passing the 2 royal trials mentioned in the story. Hearing this, the rest of the crew said, aye, let's go together then. The first trial was known as the Tiger Mountain Quest, or in this case, the Cat Mountain Quest. The objective is to distract the enemy and pass the mountain or suffer a fate worse than death. To do that, as per the story of how a tiger can get distracted by a bunch of rats, Lego men decided to once again build their own. Once built, the plan worked like a charm and the cat was out of the way chasing rats for a living. As they say, out of sight, out of mind. With that, the Lego men proceeded to the second and final trial, which proved to be more of a difficulty with the tunes of his riddle. The riddle goes as such. High up are the Drill Mountains. Up the skies, it does. Whoever wants to pass must be a god, he must. The riddle's answer is as such. If one wants to pass the mountain, then one must brave upon it with a mind that is calm and unafraid. In simple terms, Lillian must forego all her worries and climb that basket if she wants to save that Golden Lion. And as I am saying this, it seems they have already taken action. Lego crew said, this clothes basket is way too tall. I can't even see the tip. How on earth are we gonna be able to get up there? Lillian added on and said, don't worry, I'll do it. Once on top, what Lillian saw was a deep pit like that of the ocean where the lion got tossed into. Faced with this obstacle, Lillian had to ask for assistance in doing what Lego men do best, by building a crane. With the plan in action, Lillian said, wait for us, Golden Lion, we're definitely gonna save you out of that pit. Sometime later, the crane was done and Lillian attached herself to the tip and ordered the lowering of the crane. As with how the village girl dived into the ocean with a rope on her body, she too dived into the pit with not an ounce of fear. Once down, she grabbed onto the lion, and with bits of cheer and lots of effort lifting the crane, Lego men saved the Golden Lion. With the lion saved, the Lego men celebrated by listening to the final parts of the story from their little owner. After the lion was saved, it fought with the monster that came with the forest and finally won the battle. The village girl who saved the lion picked up a golden lantern ball and started dancing together with it. And from then on, to remember and commemorate the Golden Lion, people came up with a story known as the Legend of the Lion Dance. And that's the end. Being entirely satisfied with this ending, the little owner took a sneeze and said, have to say, that was a really good story. And meanwhile, the Lego men were actually surprised by something entirely different. Turns out a brick-built lantern ball that Lyndon built actually started to glow up out of nowhere. The ball started to dance, flew towards the golden lion, and the two merged. Could this be some sort of magic? Everyone wondered. The lion transformed, became bigger, grew a horn, and even grew Legoman legs in the process. Just as someone was about to explain the possible reason behind this transformation, the nasty cat returned and attacked once more. However, this time around, the lion was ready. With a flick of its mouth, roar! It stood up and shot a rail at the cat, hitting the cat's nose and scaring it away. And at this moment, the little owner arrived and subdued the cat by saying, "Crookshanks, don't be mischievous, hurry up and let's go to sleep." Legoman saw this and freeze on the spot like that in the Toy Story, not letting out a breath of air. Nonetheless, as if they were real to her, the little owner still held up Legoman up and rebuilt them, and of course put them back into their village, and even said the final sentence, which goes like this. Good night, guys. The night falls, and when the owner was asleep, the Lego village was celebrating their victory by dancing along with their lion. The time on their hands, Legoman finally realized what the golden lion has evolved into. It is now a dancing lion, which is pretty cool. Rejoiced at this news, the Legoman celebrated onwards, but unbeknownst to them, the owner wasn't actually asleep. Not with one eye, she isn't. She was actually watching and enjoying the Legoman's dance and their celebrations. And that is the end of the story. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story so far, and even if you didn't, please leave a comment on how I can improve. It may not be the best translation, but it is my best currently. And yeah, if you like it, please consider subscribing, and maybe someday I'll tell you guys and girls about another story. Nox Lumos and Toodles. Bye guys.